What's up, everybody, and welcome up to another episode of Nick Krem Live. And as you guys know, Nick Krem Live is powered by ContentCards.com. That's Content Cards with the Z.com. And today with us, we have special guest Joel Hollo. What's up, Joel?
My man, what is shaking with you?
It's going good, man. It's going great. How about yourself? Look at you looking all ready to go outside.
It's sunny here in Cleveland, man. I felt good myself, so I drove in with my sunglasses. I figured I'm going to start this off. I appreciate you having me on this thing. I'm excited.
No, definitely, man. I love it. Yeah, it's a sunny day here in Cleveland. We got to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So today, what I brought you on here today to discuss is to kind of go over how to make $250,000 in a year on a zero budget.
Yeah.
So, man, but before we get into that, Joel, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself here?
All right. So obviously from the Cleveland area, I've been a real estate agent for 11 years now, and been out of sales for about 3 to 4 years. Moved into a leadership role with I do a lot of work with our man Albie Stasic. So I kind of manage his entire company and do a lot of coaching. Been tapped in with NAEA. Man, I have learned from the best. Kinder, Michael Reese, John Kitchens, Albie. I know you can tap into all that stuff too. You and I have worked hand in hand in the same office. There's been a little competition with some free throws and stuff in the office, and I'm not going to go into who won or not with the ping pong.
Right, let's not go into it. Yeah,
let's not talk about that. But anyway, so long story short, man, so I started my career in new construction sales. Horrible market. I thought I was the man. I did more open houses than anybody on the face of the planet in my first 5 years, just by holding all these open houses. I did a mediocre job at best. Joined Al's team. I was struggling. I was burnt out. I was pissed off on that real estate roller coaster. And I said, you know what? Screw this. There's a better way. There's got to be. And I found it. And so joined Al's group, tapped into all the systems and the processes that he had, blew it up, moved into a leadership role. And here I am, man.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, from being in the office with you, hearing you on the coaching calls, I was inspired to get out there. So I started doing some coaching on my own, and I was able to learn from one of the best. And I'll tell you what, I picked up a lot of good habits, shed a lot of my bad ones, picked up a lot of good habits from just hearing you on the phone and just seeing how you handle things.
Man, I appreciate it. So here's the thing, because you're competitive and you just wanted to do better than me.
I could always be louder, or I'll try to be louder. That was one thing that I could tip my hat to there.
I love it.
So let's dive into this a little bit right now. So a system where you can make $250,000 on virtually no cost. To me, like, if I just heard that from the outside, it almost sounds unbelievable, right? So let's start with the lead source here. So what lead source are we talking about? Where can we find this free lead source?
Well, first of all, I wish I could take this all like I created this, but this is straight out of the Jay Kinder playbook, okay? Yeah. He taught me this. This is what changed my career, and it's something that's right at everybody's fingertips, and it's free. It's called For Sale by Owners. So whoever's watching the live or going to watch the recording, they're rolling their eyeballs right now. But it's a game changer. It's a straight numbers game. These are people that, want to sell their house. They're raising their hand. They're giving you their information. Maybe they have to go through a little pain, but the name of the game is, reach out to them, contact them, have the proper protocol with them. And if they are not a good fit at this time, you nurture them. What most real estate agents fail at is they will not nurture the for sale by owner for when they are prepared to list the house.
Yeah. So, no, I think you make a great point there. So just reaching out to them, right? So just getting on the phone, reaching out to for sale by owners. So let me take this next step further. So you've been on a lot of coaching calls too, right?
Yeah.
And I've been on some coaching calls, and I was running a call center. And I'll tell you what, we made a lot of money on for sale by owners as well. So what do you think is that mental roadblock that is stopping agents from reaching out to for sale by owners in the first place?
Well, it's them getting out of their comfort zone in the first. So they have a mindset with the for sale by owners that maybe they're for sale by owner for a reason, right?
Yeah.
What could it be? It could be maybe they're trying to save money. It's usually the number one reason. Maybe they hate real estate agents, right? There's the other reason, but it is a difficult call if you are handling it improperly. But if you can actually use the strategy of preeminence, you dive in, build some rapport with them, and differentiate yourselves from every other real estate agent, game over. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So and when you go back to it's a numbers game. If you put it this way: if you're unhappy where you're at in your business, you obviously have to do something to change it. There's no excuse to be where you're at if you're unhappy.
Yeah. Right. And I'll tell you what, I know we've had that conversation too, where you sat me down. That's one thing I will always say. You gave it to me real. You put the situation in front of me. It's like, you're unhappy. Why are you unhappy? Now let's take it to the next step. What can you do to change that? Yeah. That's exactly what we were able to do.
Yep.
So you dropped a little knowledge on me there. The strategy of preeminence.
Yeah.
Let's say that I didn't know what that was, right? So why don't you explain that a little bit, that concept as well?
Yeah. So this was introduced to me from Al, and I think it came obviously from Jay and Mike. But the strategy of preeminence from Jay Abraham. You guys could Google it, and there's a few different videos. I think it's a 32-minute video. And it'll start off, you're going to think, oh, what is this? It might be a little boring to start off, but it's going to pick up really fast. But here's the thing that's going to change your mindset at how you deal with anybody in this industry is it separates or it differentiates the difference between a customer and a client. And when you can absolutely look at them a little bit differently and know that they are going to be a client and not a customer is in it from a non-emotional standpoint, right? They have it's a transactional mindset with them, right? They want to walk into a place, they want to buy a candle, they smell it, they purchase it, they're out the door, zero emotions involved. The client, on the other hand, is it's you have their best interest in mind, and you're helping them buy nothing more or nothing less than what they want or what they need. So it's totally different mindset. And that's a huge game changer right there, is when you have their best interests in mind. I have killed deals over knowing that it's not the right house for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So like you were saying, like just having the right mindset going into it goes a long way. Knowing that it's a numbers game and you're not going to win every single phone call. Yeah. So let's say we hop on the phone with these for sale by owners, right? We finally get some people to convert and go over their house. So do you recommend that you're going over there kind of just if they're a new for sale by owner, are you just checking out the house at first? Are you going over there to close them down? What is kind of your approach when you go into the for sale by owners?
No, so first of all, you got to understand. So let me back up a little bit. And we talked about why they're a for sale by owner. So the obvious is on the wall, right? They want to save money. So it's all about how you position the phone call. Okay. And remember, we talk about differentiating yourselves. And if you start that phone call, you call them by name, do a little research, understand what, who you're talking to. B, you identify yourself. You are not a sleazy salesman. Right? Hey, is this Nick? Nick, it's Joel with eXp Realty. And I was calling regarding your for sale by owner at 123 Main Street. Hey, I just curious, is that house still for sale? Right now, I just tapped in, and they're like, "Uh-oh," and you're like, "Hey, listen, I know you're getting called by a lot of real estate agents, telling you they got buyers for your house. I don't have a specific buyer for your house. I do have buyers that shown strong interest in your neighborhood, and I just wanted your permission. Can I share some information about your house with these potential clients?" Right now, all of a sudden, they're like, "Hold on, who is this guy?" And then you say, "That's great. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?" Guess who's going to talk for 10 minutes about their house?
And about themselves and about their situation.
I promise you, the for sale by owner are the worst salesmen on the face of the planet. So, but why I lead into that is to tell you this: all you are after you build enough rapport. Another mistake a traditional real estate agent will make is they ask the commission question up front. Oh, that's great. You're a for sale by owner. Let me ask you this: are you open to paying me a 3% commission if I bring a buyer? They're less. I want to build rapport. I want to know about their situation. I want to love them a little, hug them over the phone, and then tap them with the commission question. But guess what? It's not a question. It's the assumptive close or question. So that's great. I love hearing about your house. Sounds like a beautiful house. Why are you selling in the first place? Dive into that a little bit. Go deep, and then it sounds awesome. So, let me ask you this. If I were to bring a buyer to pay you your price terms and close in your time frame, you'd be open to paying me a 3% commission, wouldn't you? And it's serving it up on that silver platter to them. And so now they're going to say yes. So now you know that they're open to paying you 3% commission. You're only trying to bridge the gap of the other side of the commission, the other 3% or whatever, 4%, whatever's in your neighborhood. Oh, I'm sorry, in your marketplace. So now when you do the math on a $200,000 house, you're only trying to bridge a $6,000 gap. And the Jay Kinder close is that, that's great. I appreciate you offer me a 3% commission on this. Let me ask you this. What's your rock bottom number that you take for your house? They're going to negotiate even more off the price. And when they
right.
you see that $6,000 gap is starting to shrink if it already is not gone. So, if you have the proper technique, dude, the numbers games is in your favor like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. And like you were saying, it's a technique. There's a system. There's a formula to the madness, right? Yep. You're not just hopping on the phone and knocking them out. You're following a system that's been proven, repeatable system, backed by market research to get these numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to be, honestly, the two main things is you have to be confident, but you have to have perseverance, right? It's something where you have to commit to and consistently do, because if you work hard enough at the same thing, you're bound to get better, right? Dude, you're trying to dunk the ball, right? You're trying to get back in.
I'm right there, man. I'm right there.
Let's talk about basketball, okay?
Yeah.
If you're sitting here heaving up half court shots, you're bound to make one of them, right?
Right.
So you're bound in one of these for sale by owners doors, and then guess what? If you throw 100 half court shots, you're going to be making more, and then 100, you're going to make more. And so that's all it is, perseverance.
Man, and like you said, it's a numbers game. You're not going to get every single one, but if you keep following this system and this strategy, you're going to get in the door and you're going to eventually close them down.
Yeah.
So within the description of this, we were talking about some success factors that you can give us as well. So what first of all, what is a success factor in your opinion?
Well, I mean, I guess that's a good question. So the success factors are, it's not a conversation outline, but it's things that you need to know prior to even going into starting the dial, right? Because here, success factor number one, it's a game. If you're not having fun, you should not be doing it. I mean, that's huge. And I want to, and if you're not having fun and you're not enthusiastic, there's number two. It's going to come across that way. You want to come across like you're an expert, like you are the neighborhood expert, that you know what you're talking about, and you're excited to go into their house. There was so many listing appointments that I went on that this is back in the day, my man, I was not qualified to take that listing. But I guarantee you I got it because I was enthusiastic. Like I walk in the door, I'm like, hell yes, I can sell this house. That's how you want to be.
Right.
So, just grab my notes here. So so you got the enthusiastic, determination. If you don't believe in yourself, I'm gonna do this and forget everything else, you will not go far in this at all. All right. Follow the process. Follow your own process. Okay. I follow the NAEA process. That's I mean, when you talk about proven and repeatable stuff, that's the game changer. Number 4, market knowledge. Know what the hell you're talking about. It sounds like stupid, right?
Yeah.
This is what's going to give you the confidence. But you have to know what to say and when to say it. That's where the expert is going to end up coming out.
So not to cut you off here, but market knowledge. Why don't you give us some examples of what exact knowledge should you have going into this appointment?
So one thing that we found very successful is, here, whenever you think about this kind of stuff, the key word that you'll hear me say over and over and over is differentiation. How am I different than every other real estate agent that they could potentially be interviewing or that's out there? Okay, so every other agent's doing a CMA.
Yeah.
Okay? We do what we call an absorption rate. We educate the consumer, the seller, on A, if it's a buyer's or a seller's market, and B, how fast similar houses in their area are selling and what the month supply is on the market. Wow. So now all of a sudden, I'm not hitting them. So they're interviewing 4 people. 3 of them brought CMAs to the table. Joel's bringing them an absorption rate, and I'm helping them understand the market, and I'm hitting them with another thing, which is I think other agents do this, but don't look by this. Help them understand what the percentage of list price to sales price is in similar homes in their area. So, and here's why, is because A, it's chances are in most everybody's market, it's going to be above 98%, 97, 98, 99. Sometimes it's 100% depending on what product that they have. And so they understand, like, guys, we don't want to overprice the house, because when we are priced right, you will get almost, if not full asking price for your house. So I'd rather see you aggressive, get some multiple offers, and then, sell it for top dollar.
Yeah, so I think you covered a couple of very good points there. Just the differentiation, just bringing them in those different numbers, and not just bringing in the numbers, but explaining it to them in a way that they understand. That's how you're going to be able to position yourself as an expert. And a lot of times too, you can rehearse those. You can rehearse the numbers coming in there, rehearse what you're going to say, so it doesn't have to be on the fly. So like you said, it could be a system that you follow each and every time.
Yeah, dude. When you said rehearse, so that's right along those lines is the next success factor is research, okay? Yeah. Or rehearse. But when you do your research, guess what? I'm showing up at the person's house 15 minutes early, and I'm viewing the information. So when I give them their piece of paper and slide it across the table, I'm making eye contact with them, just going over, because I already know that 12 houses in the last 6 months have sold. Right. How many houses per month are moving? We have 3 on the market. Oh, that means we have a little bit over a little bit over a 1 month supply on the market. And why is it important to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? So you know it going in. You're doing your research. You know who you're going to see too, by the way. and you're actually preparing for it. All right?
Yeah.
Confidence. That's the next one. We talked about a little bit. Believe in yourself. If you don't, potential clients ain't going to believe in you either.
Ooh.
Okay. And all right, so that was the last one, but I want to dive into, if you don't mind, how much time?
Yeah, go ahead. Man, we have as much time as you have.
Bro,
I have 45 minutes until my next thing. You can take up all the time you like, Joel.
You know not to tell me that. I'm a talker. So let's talk about, and I hope people are taking notes here, because I'm a fast talker too. I know I want to jam this in. I got a lot of stuff to go over, but here's the conversation. Here's the conversation outline for a for sale by owner game changer. So the numbers game, first of all, if you have the right conversation, is, let's just say you end up talking to, dial 20 for sale by owners. Where do you find the for sale by owners? I don't know, Zillow maybe? Right in your front of your eyeballs. Type in the zip code of the city, search by only for sale by owners. There you go. So just get this, dial 20. I guarantee you they're either going to call you back or you will talk to almost all of them. Right?
Because they're trying to sell a house. Of course they're going to pick up their phone. That's why they sell it.
Right. Yeah. So let's err on the side of caution. Let's say you dial 20 and you end up talking to or getting back on the phone 16 of them. If you have the proper conversation, you should be able to get into and these are weak numbers, bro. You should be able to get into 50%.
Those numbers up.
Right. 50%. If I'm talking to 16 for sale by owners, I should be able to get into 8 doors. And if you get into 8 doors, you got the right presentation, you should be able to close. I don't know. You tell me. I mean, what's a close ratio that you want to go off of? And I'm not. I guess that's a rhetorical question. Whoever's watching, you answer that own question. If you got into 8 doors that you had an opportunity to go over a listing presentation, how many can you close down? Even if it's 2 or 1, that's one for very little effort. That's an additional sale or 2 every single month for very little effort.
And then, like you were saying, when it's a predictable process that you already have mapped out, then you can start really predicting how many you're going to be able to close, because you're qualifying them the same way. You had the same conversation with them in a sense, on the phone. So you're coming into the same appointment time and time again. And then you have this, and then it's just all the same. So now when you have a process that you can follow, you can start predicting your numbers.
Yeah. And if anybody's on, and they're going, oh yeah, but you're going to get in their door and they're going to think that you're bringing a buyer with them. I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to show you a way. So, and you might hear me throw this word out a lot, is honesty, 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 honesty. I am a huge believer in that. And that's the differentiator. I literally will tell them at the end, I am not bringing a buyer with me. And I'll go into kind of what that little scripting looks like as well. So Let's go over the conversation outline. So number one, act as if. Act as if when you're on the phone, I know I kind of blew through this a little bit up front. Call them by name, right? If I'm calling another real estate agent, let's just say to set up a showing, I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, hey, is this the listing agent at 123 Main Street? No, I'm going to call them by name. Hey, Nick, it's Joel with eXp Realty. We're buddies, right? Even though we never met, we're buddies. I want to show your house. That's how you need to act. Act as if they should know who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So 2, be upfront. Identify yourself. Do not be that sleazy salesperson. I've heard way too many times agents will lose a deal because they don't identify themselves early enough. I want them to know, hey, this is Joel with eXp Realty. Right?
Yeah.
Once again,
you know me.
You should know me.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, differentiate yourself. Right? I'm not like every other real estate agent that's calling you to tell you that we have a buyer. I don't have a specific buyer for your house because I've never even seen it. I do have buyers that shown strong interest in your neighborhood, and I just like to share some information, about your house with them. You can hit them with that one, or hey, it's Joel with eXp Realty. I'm a real estate agent in the area, and I specialize in your neighborhood, and I was just calling to get some information about your house.
You know what the best part about both of those are? They're free. You don't have to spend any money to use those differentiating factors. So we're sticking with that zero budget.
Yep. And I am not telling them I have a buyer for their house, for their specific house.
Bingo.
Right. All right. 4, build rapport. This should be highlighted, boxed, exclamation point, blinking, whatever you could do. Build rapport. I was just calling to get some information about your house. Would you mind telling me a little bit about it? What do you love about your house? Like, why did you buy your house? I want to know.
Yeah, once those floodgates open.
You got to go deep, though. You can't sit here and be surface level, And I learned this from you. This is, what do they call it? 3 levels deep?
3 levels deep, baby. Yep, you got it.
Why are you moving in the first place? Well, my kids are all in college, and we're just looking at downsides. Oh, where do they go to college? Right?
Yeah.
Ohio State. Let's talk some football. I'm digging in.
Yeah.
My heels in.
Right. A lot of times when people just say downsizing, they just say, oh, you're downsizing, check in a box, and they go on to the next question.
Yeah.
Downsizing tells you nothing about why they're moving. You got to go that next level deeper. Downsizing, that's great. Just out of curiosity, what is you guys downsizing? And go to that next level.
Yeah, that's the only way that you're going to be getting in the door if you build enough rapport with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, exactly.
And then the next biggest one is I want to know their why. Why are you even moving in the first place? Okay, so we use something called the seller counseling interview that we fill out. We've modified it a little according to our market. We picked it up from NAEA. It's the bomb. So it literally asks the hard questions, and I am not going to skip anything in there. But while I'm going through and they're telling me about their house, I'm filling this out. I'm taking notes, and that way I can review these once again.
Mm-hmm. And guys, just so you know, we're going to give you a resource at the end of this live that you can go and get this training and a lot more, courtesy of Joel Hollo and the rest of his team. So, guys, stay tuned to the end. We'll drop the link in the comments just so you guys can get more.
Awesome.
Yeah, keep going, Joel.
Appreciate it. So, number 6, get the price that they're selling and plus the commission. Right? We talked about that and how you serve that up. So you build a rapport, find out their why. I want to know a little bit about them. Then, sounds like a beautiful house. Now, I see you're listed at $300,000. Let me ask you this. If I was to bring a buyer to pay you your price terms, closing your time frame, you'd be open to paying me a 3% commission, wouldn't you?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to say yes to that. Yeah.
So now I know that included in the $300,000 price, I should have brought a notepad, man, a big board. So you got the $300,000 price, plus you're paying me a 3% commission, which is $9,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you really want to get aggressive, you hit them with, hey, let me ask you this. Is that your rock bottom number? Is that price negotiable? And if so, what would be your rock bottom number that you would sell the house for? If someone were
that rock bottom, you want to get that bottom dollar that they're looking for, right?
If someone were to pay you cash today, bring you a briefcase full of cash, how much would you take for your house right now? Guess what? $300,000 and 3%. They'd be like, I'd probably take like $285, $290. They just negotiated the other side of the commission right out of it.
If not more.
Not more. So there you go. Game over right there, right? They're the worst negotiators on the face of the planet. So, okay, so now here is Here's another one. So number 7 is what I call net more money.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the terms you want to use. So would you be open to seeing a system that I could potentially net you some more money than what you're selling at right now?
Boom. I always say, what does everybody want more of? Everyone wants more time, and everybody wants more money.
Yeah.
So if you're showing them how to get more money in less time, bingo.
My man, and that's what it's all about. So, it's about netting them. FSBOs, their motivation is netting them more money. That's why you need to use the terms net you more money. Not can I sell your house for more, because they're smart. What if I could net more money in your pocket using an aggressive home selling system? Would you be open to seeing that? Who would say no?
Yeah.
And you
like
could
you said, they're motivated by money.
You could turn it around and be like, whoa, so you don't want to put more money in your pocket?
Yeah.
So, that's a real quick conversation outline. Here's a pro tip: nurture the for sale by owner. I am realistic. You're not going to get into every door, but here's the fallback. No. We're just going to try to sell it ourselves. Hey, I get it, and I appreciate that, and I don't blame you actually. But let me ask you this: how long are you going to give it a shot for sale by owner before you hire an aggressive real estate agent?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to come out of their mouth?
They probably say about a month, about 3 weeks. Yeah.
There you go. The most common 2 answers are 2 weeks and 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So here is this is a ninja technique right here, right?
I love it.
Ninja technique is, hey, that's great. I completely respect you, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you try to sell it for 2 weeks on your own or whatever time frame they say.
Right.
And I will call you back 2 weeks to the day. And if you have not sold the house over on Main Street, I'm going to come over and I'm going to show you an aggressive marketing system that I believe we could have gotten that house sold in those 2 weeks. So put it in your calendar, 2 weeks to the day, and you're going to call them back. Hey, Nick, Joel with eXp Realty. Hey, just following up as promised. Did you sell that house over there? Nope, I know you didn't. So therefore, hey, I know you said afternoons and evenings are a little better for you. So I actually have Tuesday and Thursday open. Which one's going to work better?
So let me ask you something really quick. So they say 2 weeks, right? Or let's say 2 weeks. Do you wait till that 2 weeks? Do you call in advance? Do you put them in drip campaigns? Like, what do you recommend for that nurture process?
Yeah, that's a phenomenal question. So I always respected them, and I did call them back in 2 weeks. But what's a really good follow-up is ask them how they're marketing their house, because here's what they're going to say. Well, we're doing an open house on Sunday. Text them on Monday and ask them how their open house went.
Yes, Mondays. That's what I was hoping you were going to say that too.
Yeah,
that's one thing we always did as well, is call on Mondays, because that's when they start feeling the pain. Did you get any feedback from the people who stopped by?
Yep.
And then just start asking them, did you collect everyone's information, and just start really diving deep and make them feel those pain points. Ask them things that they should be doing that you know that they're not.
Yep. Yeah, man. And so that's exactly right. So there is, you want to show respect to them because you said I will call you back, but don't feel that you can't interact. Here's a great interaction. John Kitchens and I just talked about the power of video.
Mm-hmm. My
man, this is do not do this. Have a great conversation.
Lay it out.
Yeah, the suspense is killing you, right?
Yeah, I know it is. It is. Now you're just going to sit here and just draw it out a little longer.
Have a great conversation with the for sale by owner, whether you're going over there or whether you're nurturing them. After you have a good conversation, shoot a quick selfie video. Hey, Nick, thanks so much for the awesome conversation and telling me about your house over on Main Street. Sounds beautiful. I cannot wait to come out to your house in 2 weeks. If you have any questions or need help with some marketing in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me. But I wanted you to put a face to the name. This is my selfie number, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Bingo. Guess what? They're emotionally attached because they just saw you. They love Joel, right? Because no other agent is doing that. Differentiate yourself.
Mm-hmm. And like a couple other things with that as well is, like you said, you're putting a face to the name. You're building that trust between them. Like, hey, I'm a human. This is who I am. So when I come over to your house, it's not some stranger that you have to look up online and hope it's the Joel Hollo I find online. This is me. So not only that, they get your number, and most likely they're going to end up saving it after that. Yeah. So something that we started doing as well when we were working at the call center with our clients was having it be a pre-made video And you don't have to put the address in it. You don't even have to say their name. It could be a pre-made video that you already shot. Just say like, hey, this is Joel Hollo. I specialize in selling homes in your neighborhood. I just want to put a face to the name. Hey, I look forward to coming over soon. We'll see you soon. Yeah. Simple as that. And you send out the same video. You don't have to sit there and reshoot it. You can send out the same video every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's it. You're exactly right. But if you're not, so you're hitting them with, number one, you have to figure out what their preferred method of communication is. Okay,
yeah,
I've had way too many agents say, "Well, Joel, this guy won't call me back, but yeah. He texts," and I'm like, "So you keep
text him in,
you keep calling him? You got to figure out their preferred method of communication. The power of text. They are. And I don't know what the updated statistics are, but when I want to say last year, it was like they were 73% more apt to responding to you if you sent a text message than following up with a voicemail.
Wow.
So even a for sale by owner, because guess what? Boom, they don't answer. This is Joe with eXp Realty. Hey, I was just calling regarding your for sale by owner. Wanted to find out some more information about the house. I'm also going to shoot you a text if that's an easier way for you to respond. They're busy too. Maybe they have a job that doesn't allow them to answer. So guess what? Right. Automatic text goes right back out to them. Hey, it's Joel with eXp Realty. Just left you a voicemail regarding your for sale by owner. When's a good time to talk? That's it. You're not going into detail. I'm the expert in the neighborhood. Here's my website, blah, 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 blah. That's it. When's a good time to talk? Question mark.
Yeah, and I think on that same note with the texting, we got to put ourselves in their shoes. Do you answer all your voicemails? Do you always pick up a number that you don't know? A lot of times my answer to that's going to be a no. But I answer my texts. If I see a random number from a text, I'm at least going to figure out who it is.
Yeah, and there's human element involved. That it's not that we're not trying to not respond to voicemails, but if I'm driving and I listen to a voicemail, I'm like, cool, I got to call Nick back. That's great. But I'm gonna get sidetracked.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Right, I'm gonna get sidetracked. And guess who I don't call back? Nick. And it's not that I'm a bad person. I forgot. Yeah. But so therefore, you know what? You have to understand there's human element involved, and I'm gonna start texting them because I know I'm 73% more apt of getting a response.
Yep, and that's why we usually have Mike Ice call you because he usually gets the call back. But that's another story for another time here.
Listen, you're I swear we're both brothers, man.
All right, yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So I want to dive into a little bit because especially with making that amount of money, $250,000 on no costs. Is this something that new agents can implement, or should it be only the experienced agents?
No, anybody can implement it. And you know what? That's a great question. So how is this? I have it here in my notes. I wonder if I can even hold this up. How can we implement the $250,000 in your business? And let me prove to you how it works.
1 second here, guys. Just hold on with us.
Bingo. I have a lot of paper here.
Don't drop all the papers and mess it up now.
A lot of paper. Okay.
All right, here we go.
This might be in reverse. Can you all see it?
No, we got it. That's perfect.
Yeah. So if you look, $175,000,
right,
is your average sales price at a 3% commission, and that's low, by the way, for listings. 3% commission. The average commission that you will receive is $5,250. So $250,000,
right,
divided by if you were to
raise it up a little bit.
If you were to sell 4 of these a month, that's what gets you your $250,000. Okay. Yeah. So the other metrics that you need to know that we just talked about: how do you get to 4 sales? Mm-hmm. Dial 20 of them a month. Get into 8 doors. List 4 of them a month. So it makes it sound easy.
Yeah. But it is. Essentially, it is. You have the system. You know the numbers. It is easy. It's the people that overthink it. But yeah, go ahead, Joel.
I'll bet you that, and I'm going to sound like a complete ass for saying this. I will bet you over 90% of the people that are watching this, if not 100, are not calling for sale by owners. So therefore, you know what? Prove me wrong. like dive in with this technique and with this scripting, and differentiate yourselves. And worst case scenario, when you start nurturing these, that's where the money is. We made a huge living off of nurturing because nobody else does that. Agent, if they are calling, no, you don't want to list. Okay, cool. Never calls back.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So, and then they get burnt out and pissed off. So if I talk to 20 and the other half, the other 8 that I'm not getting into the door, maybe I'm nurturing them. So now I have May. I have 3 follow-ups in May. Now I have 6 in June. So guess what? What's the chances? Now I'm just increasing my odds of listing more houses and getting into more doors. Because all I got to do is get in the door.
Yeah, and something on that note too, and especially when I was running the call center, we would get these huge lists of people that would just throw people in the email campaign and be done with it. Think, oh, I'm nurturing my list, kind of pat themselves on the back, throw them in an email campaign, and move on to the next lead. We get this giant list. It would be as simple as calling them and following up based on the last conversation. I can't even tell you how many people we converted just by doing that. So just throwing people in an email campaign isn't enough. You have to reach back out to them and get your voice back out there.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly right. So I mean, we always say, and somebody has this shirt, and I gotta find it. I've Googled it, and I cannot find it, but it says the money is in the FU, right? But it's in the follow-up. Dude, that's so true. But FSBOs, it's even more golden because we're gonna agree on me following up with you, and then I'm gonna fulfill everything I've promised you and show you that I am the expert. And sometimes they just got to go through pain. Let them go through a little pain. It's okay.
Yeah.
So there's your fallback technique. Now, I touched on this a little, and I told you I'd come back to it, was how do I tell them that I do not have a buyer coming with me, because we talk about the honesty. The last thing I want is for them to open the door and look over my shoulder like, hey, where's that buyer of yours?
Yeah. I'm sure that's going through people's head right now. Like, last time I went to a for sale by owner, that's exactly what happened.
Dude, I would honestly, it bumps you out, right? It derails the whole entire appointment right off the bat, and you just want to like curl up in a fetal ball in your car and drive home. So here's what I do: is I tell them, now listen, I want to come over, take a look at your house. It sounds beautiful. Listen, I'm not going to be bringing a buyer with me to your house. I just want to come over, take a look at it. Worse, if you do have 20 minutes at the end, I'd love to share an aggressive marketing system with you that I could potentially net you some more money. Okay, now that's a quick version of it. So therefore, here's what you're going to get. No, we're good. Hey, listen, worst case scenario, I'm going to leave you with a few marketing tips that will allow you to continue for sale by owner and maintain your asking price.
It's a win-win. You present them with that win-win. Yeah.
So what's the worst case scenario? I mean, and then you can hit them with the last one. Like, hey, like I said before, this is no obligation. I just want to make sure you're not leaving any money on the table, because the last for sale by owner that I was able to help out, I actually netted them $13,000 more in their pocket. So worst case scenario, I just want to make sure that you're netting yourself the most amount of money. So you got your 3 objection handles right there that you're completely honest with them about.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's game over at that point. How can they say no? So yeah, part of them might just want to get you off the phone, but your goal is to get into the door. That's it. I want to get into the door with my listing presentation, and I know a numbers game, a percentage of them, a close ratio, 50%, 40%, 60%, whatever yours is, you are going to close that many if you stick with the process.
Man, that's some good stuff. And like you were saying, you're going to show them how they can make more money. Worst case scenario, they're going to walk away with some tips for their own. So you're going to take away all their objections up front, probably before they even get to say them. Then all you have to do is get in the door. And like you said, a lot of times it's the follow-up and it's the nurturing from there.
Yeah, I mean, how many times? I mean, who doesn't want to put more money in their pocket? I've literally heard one of your ISAs at the time say, wait, sir. So you don't want us to potentially make you more money? And it ended up turning the conversation right around. So, I mean, it's true. And like, I've walked out of listing appointments because I couldn't make them more money. But then they couldn't sell it themselves either. So guess who they're calling back? Right? They're calling me back because
the person was honest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, you know what? Here's what I've come to the conclusion that you are actually listed just about right. But here's the additional service that you would get from me, right? You're for sale by owner, so you're marketing to this many people. when I'm going to hit this many people.
Mm-hmm. So, Joel, let me ask you a question. If people wanted to figure out more about this system and a lot of the other things that you guys have going on, and you specifically, where would they go to?
Okay, so we've actually we've been training so much lately that we're like, why put this into one place? So we started a new Facebook page. It's called Expert Mentors Live, and I think ours is Expert Mentors Live CLE for Cleveland. It doesn't mean you have to be in Cleveland. This is all virtual. And then inside of that, we actually have a there you go, Expert Mentors Live CLE. We have a private page inside of there that if you guys go on, like, we'll include you with that. And we're actually starting this Friday. The link will be in there. It's a 4-part listing process. It's a 4-series each Friday for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to talk to you about the listing process. I'm going to talk to you about making these phone calls. I'm going to talk to you about how you take notes on it. Mm-hmm. Talk about how to prepare for the appointment, the absorption rate that we talk about. We're going to talk about market intelligence. We're going to talk about the listing appointment, building rapport, finding out who the decision maker is, hitting them with a listing process, asking for the job, and then communication afterwards and what that looks like, because that's huge. Is the follow-up if you did not get the listing appointment, and then if you did the communication.
Wow. And this is a free Facebook group you're allowed to get in.
Yeah. Wow. No charge.
No charge for all that.
Yeah, no, man.
My man Joel Hollo is hooking you up.
Yeah, man, we believe in, and you came from the same place, man. Our grassroots are, we just want to add value to everybody out there, and there's plenty of business to go around. There's no competition, and that's all. That's what I was taught, and I'm a firm believer in that. So yeah, we just want to add value to everybody out there, to the community.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's a big reason why I had you come on here today and why I'm doing this show. It's just added value. We have a lot of people who are experts in their field coming on, just talking about one specific topic. And in your guys' group too, you're going to be able to cover a lot more than making $250,000 in a year off no cost.
Yeah, and we're going to cover all different sources, okay? So this is going to be sources that are free. This is going to be sources that you can pay for, small amounts of money, large amounts of money, but we're going to let you in on the secrets that, our group, we list 250 houses a year. Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm still here. Can you see me?
All right, dude, hang on one. Yeah, no, I'm losing you here. Give me 2 minutes. My power's dying. Hold on.
Is it dying? All right, we'll give you a couple minutes here, Joel. So here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw up the name of his group again. Remember, guys, Expert Mentors Live CLE. Look that up on Facebook. They're going to have a lot of great training on there. And like you said, it's an absolutely free group. They're going to have training just like for sale by owners, transactions, going over exactly what their processes look like to help you guys get to that next step in your career as well. So remember, guys, go to Expert Mentors Live CLE. Look it up on Facebook. You'll be able to find them. You'll be able to see Joel's videos and much more. So before he comes back, remember, guys, Nick Krem Live. We're powered by ContentCards.com. That is Content Cards with the Z.com. The #1 digital business cards in all of real estate. You can go there and check out, see what we're doing, and a lot more. So if you guys are just tuning in, Mr. Joel Hollo is apparently looking for his power cord. Probably not too sure of where it's at right now, running around the office, probably with some of the viewers that are on right now. But running around the office looking for his power cord so he could come back, finish dropping some of this knowledge. And remember, guys, go to that Expert Mentors Live, give it a like, give it a follow. You'll be able to get that. You'll be able to get this video and much more. All right, Mr. Joel. Now we're just sitting here waiting for you to come back, which is a lot of fun. Let's see. So some other things that we're going to be able to talk about later this week. So we'll give a little preview into who's coming on later this week. So on Friday, we're going to have Holly Kitchens come on. We're going to have Holly come on, and she's going to be talking about her Boss Babes group, which is an all-female real estate group mastermind that you guys will be able to get a part of. We're going to dive into that and a lot more. It looks like Joel's computer just died, So we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. Well, thank Joel for coming on. I'm sure I'll talk to him later. But thanks, Joel, for coming on, and we'll see you guys next time.